Hi guys, how you doing? Just doing a very quick video on dips, tricep dips with the bars. So dips are a great exercise, really work your triceps primarily, so it's a tricep exercise. I know a lot of the females always say to me, how do you work the back of your arms? That seems to be an area that everyone likes to work. So this is one of them. Obviously bench press is a great one, because the muscles of the bench press, or the muscles involved in bench press are triceps as well as chest and shoulders, but tricep dips, press ups, these kind of things. So with tricep dips though, obviously they're another bodyweight exercise which makes them really difficult in comparison to bench press. They're harder than press ups, so you can utilise the same sort of strategy as you do in pull-ups. You can use your legs to basically assist you. There's a few things I really wanted to go over in relation to how to your shoulders and how to hold your position in order to make sure you don't get unnecessary pain or stress in the shoulder that may cause discomfort. So when you're doing the movement, okay, I'm going to go through the movement first and then I'm going to talk about more about the shoulder position. So you can, like I said, you can let your legs take some of the weight. You're going to push your chest out and keep your shoulders back and down. Okay, that's kind of what I'm just going to elaborate on in a minute. But then from there, you're just going to lower yourself down. Okay, to about 90 degrees. I go deeper than that, just I'm used to it, so you don't need to go quite as deep as this if you don't want to. You can go to about here, okay? And then as you push up, this is where people struggle, but push with your legs as well to get you back to the top. And then you can just do the same thing on the way down. What I would say with dips, especially in your first few sets, I find that it takes a set or two to really warm up into it, to open up the chest, the muscles around the chest, to loosen them off, stretch them. Because technically when you're going on the way down here, you're lengthening the muscles of the chest and triceps. So you're getting a wee bit of a stretch as well. So with that in mind, take your time, don't just drop, okay? I don't want you to just sort of like drop down like this, okay? Because you're more susceptible to injury that way. And that's going to tie in with what I want to talk to you about the shoulder position. So what is a common issue with dips, sometimes even with press ups and bench presses, although it's a lot less common, is that the shoulder starts to get pulled forward, it gets rounded forward, and that puts your shoulder in quite a vulnerable position. It also can cause quite a lot of stress across your collarbone, so it's more likely to happen in dips because they're harder, so it's harder to maintain a good position. So you really need to concentrate on dips, on pushing the chest out, which should in turn help keep your shoulders back and down. So I want you to imagine it's this cue we use with a lot of exercises in fairness, but I want you to pay particular attention to it with dips. So keep your shoulders back and down, and you want to keep your shoulders basically as far away from your ears as you can throughout the movement. So what tends to happen if you're not quite strong enough in this position, this happens, the shoulders shrug up they come forward as well, and they come towards your ears, and that just puts a lot of unnecessary strain, and it just makes your shoulder a little bit more vulnerable to injury, and like I said, a bit of discomfort across the collarbone as well. So I want you to make sure, so in other words, when you're doing these, you need to really be aware of, let your legs do as much work as you need to, that allows you to keep your shoulders in a nice stable position. Okay, so if you try and get a wee bit too enthusiastic and maybe you try and feel like this, for example, with your feet off, what might happen is in order to perform the movement, you might start to do this, and you sort of crunch up at the shoulders. That's what we don't want to see. It's not ideal, so you're better off keeping your feet in the ground and then keeping the shoulders back and down throughout the movement. Obviously, if you're quite comfortable with that, generally speaking, the stronger your bench press is and the stronger your press ups are, the closer you're going to be able to do tricep dips. So if you want, you can try the eccentric version, similar to pull-ups, whereby you lower yourself down with your legs off the ground. But like I said, make sure that as you do that, your elbows go back, keep them in nice and tight, shoulders stay back and down, then you can place your feet down and then go into the next rep like this. Okay, so again, you don't need to be doing lots of reps. 10, 8, everyone always asks how many reps in this exercise, how many reps in that exercise. But when it comes to pull-ups and dips in particular, for 98% of people coming, you just want to get, if you're getting between 5 and 8 quality reps, that'll be enough. You'll know it'll be enough because you won't be able to do it anymore. So if you find you're doing more than that, like 10, 12, 13 reps and your legs are on the ground, all it really means is that you're using your legs too much, or you're possibly sort of doing it like this, where your shoulders are rounded. So it makes it a bit of an easier movement, but not an ideal movement. And as I said, it puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on this area. So just really concentrate, shoulders back and down throughout, okay? as with all these videos, I tend to exaggerate the loading phase in terms of this tempo. It's a wee bit slower than you need to, but that's just to give you time to see it and for me to talk. So that's the movement there, okay? Like I said, you could try reps where you're just taking your feet off, there, pushing back up, then right into the next rep, like so, pushing back up and so on. Obviously, if you think you can do dips, then up and down without your feet on the ground, then brilliant, do that. But just be aware, start off your legs on the ground and pay particular attention to shoulders back and shoulders down throughout the movement. So as you come down, we don't want to see a shrug up, okay? So we want to keep the shoulders back and down throughout the movement. So you just need to let your legs assist you to allow you to do that, okay? Hope that makes sense.